Hello everyone, welcome to BA Master Program. Today we have with us Ivan Bava, an internationally recognized spiritual teacher, healer and emotional therapist from Croatia. And he also established schools of awareness and spiritual mastery in Spain, India, Slovenia and Croatia. So let us know more about him in PMC English. Hi, welcome.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So can you let us know how did your journey into spirituality start?
It is a continuation of lifetimes,
How?
of course. In this life, I was a young boy, maybe 13, 12, 13, something like that. Really wanting to understand how our mind works, what we can do with it, and reading books about it, realizing that with our thoughts, I can change things in the world. I can change the way that I feel about climate. If everybody's sweating, I can convince myself that I'm not hot, and I enjoy the climate. And then as I found out about the existence of a creator of the universe, let's say, in our European culture, we call it God the Creator, like in Christianity. And I was very pragmatic. I wanted that the God shows himself to me. I said, if you really exist, I want to see you. And don't give me some sign on the road. I'm not interested in metaphors. I really want a direct experience. And truly, 2 nights in a row, I would be visited by Jesus Christ. And he showed himself and showed the door to his home. And every night he would say, enter my home, I will protect you. And I would enter into this bright light and sort of disappear in bliss. So that gave me a certainty. And the first night I really didn't believe it. I thought it is just my imagination, or I'm dreaming it because I thought about it. But when second night repeated identical, I said, okay, now I believe you. I'm glad you exist. And from now on, I don't need to worry about anything because you said you will protect me. So I will now dedicate my life to just being worry-free. And that was the beginning of my journey.
So how old were you when you encountered Jesus for the first time?
I'm not sure, probably 12, 13.
Wow.
Something like that.
Wow.
Yes.
So, like, did you share your experience with your parents? Like, how did they take it?
Very good. I mean, I started attending some youth, Christian youth events, and wanted to get baptized. I was not a Christian. We were not believers in the family. At that time, Yugoslavia was our country, and it was a socialist communist society, so we did not have religion. Thank God there was no religion, because it wrongly directs you into believing that God is something terrible you should be afraid of. The Christian God is the one that would punish you. So I was saved from that dogma. But at the same time, they told me that when I grow up, I am free to believe whatever I want, but they don't want to condition me with a certain limiting belief. So they were very happy to have me go to these Christian youth groups, and I got from them what I needed. But when I would read Bible or other holy texts, because my parents at home had everything, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Quran, Bible, so I was exposed to different traditions. I soon realized that I really don't belong to a limiting society, and I felt that there is something beyond, that I cannot stay with a belief in a form, no matter if it's Jesus who showed himself to me, but the way they were presenting him, that he is the only Son of God, and if you don't believe in him, you will burn in hell, is terrible to believe. So I could not really associate myself with any specific form of the divinity. I understood that there is no form, that the source is formless, and I didn't need to put myself in some box.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So you, as you said, you have like availability of Quran, Bhagavad Gita, and Bible and many more religious texts. What is it that you found something very similar in all of them?
Everything is similar.
Wow.
Everything is identical, pretty much. Even the stories,
Mhm.
you can really see that they just repeat. Maybe different names, of course, different names. But the way that the story is made, what happened in the story, what relationships were there, what is the teaching, it's always repeating. It's like a recycling of stories under different names. Of course, we can see historically that Mahabharata and Gita precede a certain Western text for thousands of years. Even the life of Jesus as it is presented today, which is that, he was called the savior of the world, that he meditated 40 days in the desert, that he met the devil when he was doing that. Of course, it refers to the ego. That he was crucified, that he resurrected 3 days later, that he was born by a virgin. When you go to the tradition of Egypt, you find identical story of a god born by a virgin, crucified, resurrected 3 days later, meditated 40 days. It's like they just repeat them. So if you don't know historically how things are, you can fall victim to a belief thinking that only yours is correct. But if you are open-minded and you read more, you actually realize that there is no correct, there is no right.
Yes.
It is all the same, it is all one. And all these religions truly believe that there is one source of creation, which is pure light, pure awareness, formless. So if you go to the true Sanatana Dharma to understand Brahman, then you understand, there is formless behind all of it. So the forms that come out are less relevant. In Christianity, there is being, pure being, that then commands that through the light and voice, the world manifests. All the Vedanta or the Vedic tradition and Rig Veda, for example, speak about how the universe was created through the sound and the light. So it just keeps repeating under different expressions.
Yes.
But at the end, there is one consciousness behind it all.
Yes.
So that's why, as a very young person, I understood that I should not be very fanatic about any specific tradition, but to take the essence,
Yes.
which is the best.
So can you share with us your journey of formlessness and consciousness and creation? How was the journey?
Well, it started like that. I wanted to develop a direct relationship without intermediary. So without a priest communicating in my name with the source. And because I felt if I'm to trust life, I should have a close relationship. Because only when you are close to someone can you truly trust and surrender to them. If you meet some stranger on the street and he tells you, surrender to me, of course you will not.
Yeah.
You would be like, who are you? But if you have, let's say, husband or father or someone that you respect very much, and he says, trust me, surrender to me, there is more likelihood you will. So I felt that if I am truly to surrender, I need to feel closeness. I need to know, not believe. I need to know this. So I nurtured my connection we can still call it duality. Okay? Even though I was aiming for Advaita, for non-duality, I knew that this duality would be a path, because once there is surrender, duality disappears.
Yes.
So I used this duality of me and God as a vehicle for surrendering so that there would be no separation.
That's amazing. Can you expand a bit more on this? Because many of us want to attain the oneness state, but we are still struggling with the duality, or like a duality that seems like, yes, I attained it, but there's still some hidden level of duality in it. Can you explain?
The only thing that keeps duality in you, in the experience, is the sense of the individual self. So duality when Advaita is perceived, it doesn't mean that the forms disappear.
Okay.
As long as there is a body with a mind, there will be forms. So as long as the body is breathing and there is heartbeat and you are conscious of yourself, duality will be there even if there is pure enlightenment present.
Okay.
So there should be no confusion. Forms will continue. The great Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj did a beautiful teaching. He said, after becoming one of the greatest teachers of Advaita of the 20th century, or in most of our history, he still continued to work in his newsstand, selling tobacco and newspapers. And students came and told him one day, "But Master, it is not proper for you as a great spiritual teacher to still be selling newspapers and tobacco." And he said, "I allow the person to do whatever it's here to do, and I remain as the self. I am not involved in what the person is doing. I let it be." So the beauty of this is knowing that only identification with the individual self is what keeps you experiencing the duality as something burdensome. But when you stop putting all your attention to the person and realize that everything that is you. So we cannot say we are one. That is a lie, because it contains we. So there is many of us. We are one. No, there is many individual selves. They will never be one.
Okay.
It's like fingers of my hand. They cannot say we are one. Look how different they are. They can come together. This is unity, but this is not oneness.
Yes.
So they are one only here, in the source from which they spring out.
Okay.
And these two arms, or these two hands, they cannot say we are one. They can say we are united, we are together, but they are not one. Here there is one, in the source from which the arms go out. So oneness is never on the visible outside form.
Yeah.
It is in this thing that is common to everything, which is the essence. So if you want to truly experience oneness, you cannot do it through still believing you are the individual person, trying to be one with the cow, with the building, with the car, with the flowers. No, that is insane. You need to withdraw within to the source from which everything springs, and realizing that you are it, not one, it.
Amazingly said. Like, I myself have, like, whatever you have explained, I myself was trying to do that, like, couple of years ago. Like, once I went out into the nature and I was, like, so mesmerized by it. I was trying to feel the oneness. It was there at that moment. That bliss was there, but afterwards I was not able to feel it again. I was like, okay, what did I do wrong? What's going on? But now I understood. It's like I'm trying to connect with the physicality of things rather than the interior of things.
Not only that you are trying, your person is trying.
Yeah.
That's the difference. The self already is everything, so it doesn't need to try.
Okay.
But the person can never become the flower because it's a human person. Yeah. It's a human being. So it's like thumb can never become the pinky.
Yeah.
But if your attention, let's say that this is the head, and you are there in the head and you're trying to be one with the pinky, it's not possible. But if with the meditation, you relax and you drop your attention down into the source, you will realize that here you are, and the pinky, and the middle finger, and the index, you are all of them. So you have to drop, relax into the common from which it comes out.
Yes.
Not intend from the surface to connect. Then you can connect, and we can then call it a connection or togetherness, but not oneness.
Beautifully said.
And it is less complicated than people think. It requires us to come to terms, to peace with everything as it is. In this very moment, this studio where we are sitting, that is it. There is nothing more to life than this moment. The chair, the curtain, the background, this little table, everything I have always been looking for, all my desires, they are here, culminating in this moment. And I can relax and say, Ivan, you have found it.
Wow.
So when you stop fighting with circumstances of life, with the way that your mind is, because the greatest fight is usually with the mind, which means that there is judgment. Oh, my mind disturbs me, I cannot meditate, or I get agitated, or my mind reacts, there is ego. All of this is judgment. It's a lack of acceptance. And you are denying life, because if everything is life itself, then even the mind is life. Even those emotions that disturb are life. So judging them is judging life. So I always invite people to come to peace. And it doesn't mean that you want a certain condition to continue. Let's say you are in pain. You don't want the pain to continue. But when you come to peace with pain, when you stop fighting the pain, when you just breathe with it and you relax in its presence, you are acknowledging that life deserves to be everything it is. And in this acceptance, it will change. Because you will change the electromagnetic force. There will be no resistance, because resistance is insistence. So if you resist it, you are insisting that it stays, it persists. So it is so much beautiful what we can do so simply, coming to peace with everything as it is. And from that ease, from that relaxation, things will change faster than with any other action you could do.
So I have a doubt. Usually when we are in the part of religion, our beliefs tends to be like someone else is creating our life, or our life is predestined, like those sort of creations, that our life is not in our control. And then we slowly into the path of spirituality, we get to know that, okay, I am a creator, we are all creators, I am a creator, my life is in my control. So now we are like, let it be, let life flow as it is. So then what is the point of realizing I'm a creator? Like, can you let us know more about creation and creator?
Very good. The person is never a creator.
Okay.
So we all teach, and we, from majority of spiritual teachers, we hear, you create your reality.
Yes.
But they are not in that moment talking to the personality. They are fully aware that the person has no say. When I say a person, I mean identity with a limited self. Person is the one that has name and last name and national identity number. Person was not created. Person was made. It was made by the state that issues you birth certificate. Birth certificate is the making of a person, the first step. The person was not born. What was born is a human body with consciousness. So that is born. That was created by the source. Person is made up. First, the state issues certificate, and then the parents convince you that you are that person, and they condition you with character, with education, with naming you, with religion. All of that is put on you, because a baby is born religionless, beliefless. It just is. So you see, the person has no say. It cannot create reality.
Okay.
Why? Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's made up.
Yes.
But the human being, the crucial word is being. Human being was created and is therefore a creator. So if you try to change your life from person level, from personality level. You will struggle forever. You will fail. That's why people fail. And they feel like, I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to use the laws of creation and manifestation, and I'm not succeeding. Yes, because you're trying at the level of personality where it cannot happen.
Yeah.
But the spirit, the consciousness, which is the cause of everything and the effect, is the only one who can truly create. So why do we meditate? To become aware of who we truly are. And at that level, we easily manifest. Every thought will manifest quickly at that level. But at personal level, nothing.
So when should we, as a creator, as a consciousness, create? And when should we just let life flow as it is?
There is no differentiation. Because at that level, everything is the effect of consciousness. Even the allowing and the creation are not differentiated. It's not either or.
Okay.
They coexist depending on circumstance. When there is an impulse to have an intention, there will be an impulse. If there is no impulse to create something, there will not be. There is simply life living itself. So you do not differentiate, oh, impulse means I'm guided, and lack of impulse means I'm not getting it. No, both come from the same source. Both are equally valid, and both are necessary in different situations.
Yes.
So there is no difference between flowing with life or creating something anew.
It's beautiful. So can you let us know regarding your school of awareness and spiritual mastery? When did this start, the journey of it?
It started in 2011. It happened that I was for many years a close disciple of Satya Sai Baba, and I was in charge of youth activities for 9 countries of South Europe. And when Satya Sai passed away at the Easter morning of 2011, I was actually coordinating. There was a big event in Europe. Youth of all Europe gathered for Easter. And imagine, the master passed away in the middle of our conference. I had really a tough task to let everyone know and to guide people through that process. But my first thought when he passed, when I got the news, was, okay, you no longer have a body on earth. I give you this body to use it.
Beautiful.
If you need it, it is yours. And of course, I knew it was never mine anyway. So I don't know if it was truly giving it. It was just admitting. It was an admission of the fact. And it was very intensive the next few months. His presence, acting through. And then 3 months later, for Guru Purnima, July 2011, I came to India to give a speech at the Mahasamadhi inauguration in Puttaparthi. And before that, I decided to visit Pyramid Valley. I heard about it from a brochure. Last month, I discovered that Dr. GK from Spiritual Tablets, that he left these brochures in Puttaparthi in a restaurant.
Beautiful.
And I didn't know who left them, but I found them, and I decided to visit Pyramid Valley. And it happened to be that on the same day that I was there, Patriji was there. And he would come there once a month, and we were very blessed to have him when we were there. Patriji accepted me and treated me as a friend immediately. I don't know, I felt like a son, like a closest ally. It was incredible. And he, in one moment, I mean, it was many events, and he asked me to guide meditations and give speeches. And but in one moment, in the evening, as he finished guiding a meditation, and I was having a sort of an astral experience, he leaned and whispered into my ear. He said, Ivan, time has come that you accept that enlightenment is not something that happens in the future. Enlightenment is now.
Wow.
And as he said that, something died. Something disintegrated, and something was reassembled into a new being. And I was unrecognizable to myself or others as a being. as acting. Miracles started happening through the body. People would be healed just with the touch of terrible illnesses, and it was quite intense what was happening. And as I went home, within a week, I resigned all my corporate duties. I used to be a hotel manager and a consultant. I resigned from different organizations where I was a part and decided to dedicate fully to the self-realization of human beings. A month later, I went to Egypt with Patriji to meditate in the Cheops pyramid. And when we came back from Egypt, decided to establish the School of Spiritual Mastery. And 2 months later, we established physically Center of Consciousness in the capital of Croatia. It was a great success. And a few months later, we brought Patriji to Europe, to Croatia, and then a year later to Spain. So then our activities expanded from Croatia to Serbia, to Slovenia, to Spain. Suddenly we had schools everywhere. When I say schools, I don't mean physical buildings. I mean programs running in different cities every month.
Wow. So can you share certain beautiful memories you shared with Patriji?
I'm sure that there can be many. He was quite, as we know, quite strict with people not complaining, with people being vegetarian. He would be funny later, but in those moments it would be maybe even uncomfortable to somebody. I know, and in every time he would give a very deep message. And I know that once I brought from Spain a gentleman, a businessman, who wanted to host Patriji in Spain. And the gentleman came to Hyderabad for the inauguration of the Great Pyramid here with us. And then there was a Republic Day, I think, something 15th of August. There was a big program somewhere in Andhra. And Patriji said, come, I will give you a car and it will bring you there. It's just 2 hours away. Well, these 2 hours turned into 7 hours of driving because they made us visit many little pyramids and eat with people. And so after 7 hours of bumpy roads, this gentleman vomited. It was a terrible, let's say, physical experience. We came very exhausted. And Patriji was waiting in this town for us. And as we arrived, we sit next to him and he asked this gentleman, so, how are you? And the gentleman says, oh, I'm not feeling well. The roads are terrible. I feel nauseous and I'm really awful. And I could see Patriji turn face, like angry. And I thought, oh my God, what is now going to happen? And he said, I nicely ask you how you are. And you reply with complaints. If you don't like roads, go back to Europe. And then he said, Jesus was crucified on the cross and he did not complain. Socrates drank poison willingly without complaining, and you complain about some roads. And he gets up and leaves on the stage. And he tells me, Ivan, I expected more of you than to bring me such people. I thought, oh my God, I will die. Anyway, he goes, disappears. The gentleman takes phone and he's like booking. He's going to go with the train. I said, but we have dinner with Patriji. We have everything. No, he's going. He cannot stand this. 2-3 minutes later, somebody runs and says, Patriji is calling you on the stage. And then I hear Patriji saying, I'm asking the great master from Spain to join us on the stage. And I tell the guy, it's you should go. And he says, but I have stage fright. I cannot speak publicly. And I take him for the hand and I drag him to the stage. And there we are. Patriji gives him the microphone and he says, Master from Spain will now honor us with a great speech. And can you believe the gentleman spoke for 15 minutes?
Wow.
And he said, I healed myself from any fear of public appearance, public speech. So, you see, Master will teach you so much with action.
So, Patriji one of the things Patriji is very conscious about is Vakshetram, how we speak, the way we speak, our thoughts, and basically how we speak.
Yes.
So what does right Vakshetram does to consciousness? Like how it acts through us?
It shapes, because this world is mind. Mind is thoughts. Thoughts are words. So, and thoughts are voice. And in our culture, Bible says, at the beginning there was voice. And with the voice, God created everything.
Yes.
In quantum physics, we know that the singularity point had the Big Bang, the big expansion. It was a sound of Om creating space, and that space expands, and then you can put something. If there is no space, you cannot create anything. So space is the basic necessity for creation to exist. Your voice is what creates space.
Wow.
So every time you speak, you are actually expanding space for that particular thing to manifest.
Okay.
So if you speak stupidities, what do you expect in your life? If you speak badly, if you speak limited, if you speak with victimhood, with negativity, you will create space for those things to appear. And once there is space, it will fill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single point that we spoke about was very insightful for me personally. I'm so glad I got to speak with you, speak with an amazing spiritual master at the right point. So on that note, on Earth right now, there's a huge shift happening. Can you speak about it?
It's a shift from one frequency to the other. Not that we are creating a new frequency. You see, all the realities, all the manifestations exist at the same time, because there is only now. So because there is no past or the future, there is nothing to move towards. If there is only now, it means all of it is now. So anything that we could create in 1 year, it already exists now, but we are not aware of it. Because our perception is locked in this frequency. So the difference between worlds, let's say 19th century, it is a frequency that is parallelly here now, but we are not living it because we are all adjusted to this one, which we called 21st century or 2025 now. Okay, so there is an earth where we are in conflict, in war, in destruction of the planet. At the same time existing with the earth where we already live in union and peace and caring for environment and all the animals. There is no killing. So when we know that that earth already exists, it becomes easier than creating it.
Yeah.
When you know that, it's as easier than going from Hyderabad to Delhi.
Yes.
If we had to create Delhi from scratch, it would be difficult to create a city of 40 million people.
Yes.
But it is already there. Yes. So you just need to go there. So the same is with this. Earth, where we are all spiritual, evolved, already exists.
Okay.
And we don't need to travel there with a bus or a plane. We have the change of frequency of our heart. Heart is the mechanism that adjusts the frequency. Okay. It's like a radio button.
Yes.
You see, all the radio stations are emitting at the same time, but you don't listen to all of them. And to listen to them, you don't need separate radio machines. You just need one. And then it has a button to adjust the frequency. So your body is the machine.
Okay.
You don't need one body for Earth where there is conflict and another body for evolved Earth. No, the same body is enough. So your heart is this button to adjust the frequency to the radio channel you want to listen to. What do you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to conflict?
No.
Which channel do you want to listen to?
I want to listen to freedom, peace, love, oneness, happiness.
Okay, that is the first step. You make a choice to change the channel.
Okay.
And then you need to start adjusting. At the beginning, there will be this noise overlapping. So there will be both worlds. And as we see now, we see the world of conflict and the evolved world overlapping. We can perceive both of them, experience peace and anger in us, which means that we are now in this moment of changing of the frequency.
Okay.
And all you need to do is keep going, not stop in the chaos, because chaos is this in between.
Yes.
You don't want that. You want to fine tune. So you keep fine tuning in your heart, fine tuning with breathing to relax your nervous system. You need to relax it because the nervous system will sabotage the change of frequency.
Okay.
Why? Because it prefers status quo, what is known. The new frequency is not known.
Okay.
So your little brain here in the back of the head, which was the primordial brain created, it serves as a guardian. It is your security guard. So when you start changing the frequency, that's why for many people, they go to a retreat, they have a change, they go home, it lasts for a few more days, and then they go back.
Yeah.
It's because this guy judged it as threatening.
Okay.
The change was threatening to the known.
Okay.
So he assures that you go back to the known.
Yes.
So in order to make a lasting change, we need to work with the nervous system and this little brain. And you do it through breathing and muscles, because it only speaks the language of breath and body postures. So if you sit like this and you say, I want to feel good, you will never feel good. It's impossible.
Okay.
I'm very brave. You are not. This guy is laughing. He's like, you are very weak. You are afraid, because he's only reading your body. So if I sit like this, who can hurt me? Nobody. I know. I'm safe. I'm strong. Okay? So first you need to speak the language of this one.
Wow.
Using your body and the breath. If you're breathing only here at the top, slowly, you are in panic, you are in a trouble, you are in anxiety. You need to breathe with your belly.
Okay.
Expanding, relaxing slowly. Always the exhale longer than inhale.
Okay.
Then this little brain relaxes, and then you can make changes easily. If this is not done, everything is hard.
So you were speaking about tuning into the frequencies, right? So let's say you tuned into the higher frequency, tuned into the next frequency. Does that mean like you're not aware about the frequencies that are like lower to you? Like how does it work, tuning into a higher frequency and being aware about the frequencies which are lower to you?
It's not that you're not aware. Eventually, you are not exposed to them.
Okay.
Because they cannot exist in your presence.
Okay.
It's not that I am oblivious of the world or not caring. I just know that no world can change. So there is not even trying to change it. There is only shifting to another one.
Yes.
Okay? Because if you imagine a movie, it has 24 images in a second. And it travels and it creates this sense of change. But each of these images is fixed. It's unchangeable. So only movement through time makes it change. So if you imagine that every dimension of existence is a fixed thing, unchangeable, the world that is full of conflict is unchangeable. So you need to shift from that image to another one. But when you shift to the next one, it's not much difference. The differences are little. What makes is that when many hundreds of these pass, it seems that there was a change of scenery.
Yes.
Okay? What meditation and what tuning the heart to the feeling of a vision that you have, it does, is that you literally jump from one image to thousands of images away.
Wow.
Without the progression.
Wow.
So when you live there, you're completely unaware that that one even is there. And it's not that you don't care. It can't show itself to you because you're vibrating at a frequency when only these things can be shown to you.
Yes.
And occasionally, if something does show itself to you, it is related to you. I'm not running away. But I'm not going to be looking for trouble.
Yes.
Trouble will come itself if it needs to come. Okay? And you see, I was listening to a neuroscientist about the brain, and he said, brain can only deal with what you can perceive with your five senses around you.
Yes.
So when you're watching news about something happening thousands of kilometers away, you are creating a short circuit in your brain. It is having stress because it cannot deal with anything that is not in your presence. It can only deal with things that are visible with your eyes in the vicinity, audible with your ears, that you can smell. It has no stress with that. And it will never have stress because it knows how to cope. When you expose your brain to things that are not here and now, you are damaging it.
Wow.
So it is showing us even the composition, how the brain was created, is it's telling us, deal with only what is in front of you, what life has presented. So I never go looking for trouble.
Yes, that's nice. So speaking of now, many spiritual teachers speak about being in the present moment. But we're constantly, even though we are trying to be in the present moment, our thoughts are either in the past or in the future or not completely over here. So what does being in the present moment mean?
You never exist outside of the present moment. So you don't even need to try.
Okay.
It's okay. Relax. You are.
Yes.
Okay? What doesn't give you the experience of the present moment is your focus. You said it right. I am focusing on the future or focusing on the past, but you are now.
Yes.
So that is 100% true, unchangeable. Nobody can take it away. So when you notice that you are going to the past or the future, and simply give yourself, exhaling with this sound is very crucial. Okay? And then observe your body, the chair, the floor, the belly moving with the breath, the sounds, the light. And in a few seconds, you're fully aware that you're here and now.
Yes.
And suddenly you realize that none of that imagination is true. And you can actually deal with life as it is.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. So there are many pyramid masters who practice Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. Many of them know there's a shift happening. They're trying to tune to it. Some of them don't know there's a shift happening.
Yes.
What can we as a pyramid master do to align to the shift completely, letting go of the dualities, egos, and all of that?
We don't have a choice. Every pyramid master should be fully aware of the main purpose of this life, which is that you live in the frequency and the vibration of the world we want everyone to see. That world is not a capitalist world. It is not a world of scarcity. It is not a world of inequality. So you need to start living your life in accordance with the new world. It is actually masters like all of us who are keeping the old world alive. It is, unfortunately, it is the people who meditate and who strive for the better, they keep the old world still alive, the world of conflict. Because person who meditates has a higher frequency of consciousness than the person who doesn't. If a person who meditates still believes in the old world and follows the rules of the old world, it is that person keeping that world alive, not the unconscious person.
Okay.
Because the power of consciousness of the unconscious person is very small.
Okay.
So whatever we as the meditators find to be true, that will become common for everybody. So the fact that there is still war, poverty, is mostly responsibility of the conscious people who still choose, unfortunately, who still choose to nurture that world. They will teach their children, finish university, get a good job, secure that. Instead of teaching them, get enlightened, everything else will come in place. So when are these spiritual people going to change the education of their own children? They still believe in the old world, and that's why the old world persists. I stopped believing in it. And for me, it doesn't have the grip. And it's easy. I live abundance, because abundance is natural. It doesn't come from hard work or from great job. Abundance comes from existence itself. Just the fact that you are a divine being promises you abundance. So conditioning life, there has to be college and great job and this and that and family and this, and only then you can dedicate to meditating, helping the poor. Don't help the poor. Make sure that there is no poor. If we keep helping the poor, then the mission of helping the poor will keep people poor. You see, whatever you focus on keeps being. So if your mission is, I want to help victims of war, there will be more wars, because consciousness will create victims of war so that you could help them. You should say that my mission is that there are no wars, so that there is nobody to help. Thank God if there would be a world without anybody needing help. That is what we as pyramid masters can do.
Amazingly said.
Of course, while we still have the consequences of the old world, we cannot be indifferent. I'm not indifferent. I dedicate 10% of all the monthly income that we have every month to a different cause for resolving, let's say, the pain or the suffering. But I have no intention to keep it going. I don't want that this becomes like our mission. No, this is something we do in the meantime.
Amazingly said. So what are the rules of the new world?
I can't really say, okay? There are many possibilities of the new world. You see, generally, it is that because you know you are the source of every form of existence. Whoever you see, it is coming out of you. But not out of you as a person. Again, out of the self, the only self. So there is no trade. Do you ask, if you live in a house with mother and brother and husband and children, do you pay to each other for the services you provide in the house? No, because you are one family. So expand that to the world. Everybody contributes their abilities. Somebody knows this, somebody knows that. There is just contribution. You live like that because you don't need to trade, because everybody is aware that they are here to contribute to each other. And we are not talking about 8-hour days of work. It's several hours a day, because things become easy. The earth adjusts. The earth will support us. It will create climate. It will create perfection. Animals will support us. Because when they see that we no longer live in separation, in competition does not exist. There is only cooperation. They will then want to be with us. Now they're afraid. They are running away. You see? So realizing that there is no trading in. There is no competing. There is no winning over. There is no winners, because there cannot be losers. If there is somebody losing, it's not true.
Every year we have a Patriji Dhyana Mahayagam, a 11-day event where we learn about many things, we are immersed in the joyful, blissful energies, and then we meditate quite a lot. And this year especially, it's going to be 6 hours of continuous meditation. So what is your message for everyone for this event?
To truly focus energy on already seeing the world of balance, of harmony, of peace. Because if we cannot see it, we will not be able to live it.
Yes.
And seeing already the world in which we cooperate, not compete, in which we share, not take away, in which we are at ease, not struggling.
Yes.
So if we unite the minds and the hearts of so many thousands of people, that common vision will be true, because it will align. It will become a feeling, and the feeling is vibration.
Yes.
And then it will vibrate exponentially into the
Yes.
world.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great pleasure.
It is such a beautiful conversation, enlightening. It has answered many of my questions I didn't even know I was having. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it has answered many of the viewers' questions too. Thank you. So this is today's BA Masters program with Ivan Bava Garu. So let us meet once again with another spiritual master and know about them and their journey and their disclosures. Thank you, everyone.